What is up? I'm back, finally, after all this time. Coming in hot with Fear Effect Sedna. Now, I'm going to be talking about the gameplay, the presentation of the game, the overall impact. I found this game off of a YouTube channel that was talking about it, so I thought, you know what, I might as well give it a try. And let's find out what I think about it. So, coming into this game, I literally had no idea what I was getting into. I didn't check out any pre-game trailers, I didn't check out any gameplay. I've never played a Fear Effect game, so I had no idea what I was really getting into. So I jumped in, and it talks about the stealth aspect and all this, and the fear effect, bar, your heartbeat per minute. I thought that was gonna be like a big thing in the game, since it's Fear Effect Sedna, like that's the title of the game. No. It is like, I don't, it's literally your health bar, which I think it would be a lot cooler if your health bar was the beat per minute in the top left, right there, instead of the bar underneath the character's like avatar. I don't know, it just seems weird that you have a game called Fear Effect and it's all about the fear and you have to watch your beats per minute when it's pretty much your health bar. Like, it doesn't even mean anything. But other than gameplay, we got 5 main characters that we got, and I gotta say, we'll get into the voice acting, in the presentation part, but just characters alone, I feel like this is what Crossing Souls should have done. Crossing Souls, the like the 8-bit game, I gave like a 5 out of 10 or something like that. It had 5 good range of characters, pretty flat characters. It doesn't really matter though to me, but everyone died in that game, and in this one, only one dies, and you still have the dynamics of the 4 players. And it honestly reminds me of RTS, where you have specific players that generate differently from each other. We got Hoover and Sarge and Riff and Bullseye and all that, and Scorch. In this one, you have Rain and you have Glass and you have Axel and all these guys. Now, I absolutely love the fact in this game that each character has their 2 specialty skill sets. With this guy here, he's got the flamethrower and he's got the lock-on rockets. Everybody has their main gun with infinite ammo. But the best thing about this is that each character has a specific role. One can be specifically for stealth, you can sound it like a decoy, and the other guy could come in and once they're close enough to you, you can shoot them with a specific, I don't know, it doesn't really specify what it is, but it makes them your allies for a certain amount of time, which is really good, fighting in huge numbers. And a lot of this game is the puzzle aspect, and for the most part, they're really good puzzles, like really good classic Resident Evil puzzles. They're pretty hard, they're not too hard, they're not too easy like modern Resident Evils, and it's just general fun. And the whole gameplay aspect of this game is kind of really quirky. It's a more difficult game than what games usually put out. The medium difficulty seems like hard, even though there is no difficulty change in this game. But gameplay generates a 81 out of 100. Generally fun. This game was really fun to play. I didn't mind coming back to play repetitively, which is kind of rare. Good puzzles, great range of characters, specific skill sets for each character. I really like when they do that, because otherwise in like a sort of action stealth game like this, if they don't have specific things, and they're kind of useless, like why the hell are you here? Cons: the fear effect system was kind of useless. Straight up, I don't even know why. I guess they had to implement it somehow because the name of the game is Fear Effect, but I don't know, it seems kind of useless. But we still have presentation to move on to. Let's go.
Nearly. More like a giant nursery for odd living and swimming things.
Unsafe?
Okay for now, but I expect we'll deal with more. No trace of Glass yet. What about you?
The boat is reaching the oil rig, like Axel said. We'll be there soon.
Okay, we're moving to the crew quarters.
Take care.
You too.
Now, it may seem like I'm being picky, but oh my god, it was so bad. Like, some of the lines were like the most cliche things you've ever heard in your life. Some of them were even like, okay, you go get it. I will. Like, literally, like if you try and do your dumb voice acting impersonation, That's pretty much what this game was like. Okay, here's a good one. This is we'll just say this is Rain talking to Axel. Hey Axel, how have you been? Oh, hey, how are you? Like this legit. Like it wasn't like that 24/7, but at least like good, like a good chunk of percentage of the lines in this game were like that. And it was really cringeworthy. Presentation, the game looks pretty good. You know, I don't really have anything on the graphics to say about it. The graphics were pretty good. The whole visual thing worked out pretty well. Presentation, 60 out of 100. That segment might have been short and sweet, but the score for this isn't very sweet. 60 out of 100. So you know what I just said right there? That's pretty much like the voice acting right there. That there's those type of lines were in the game. Pros look nice. Couple great soundtracks in the game. Cons, bad voice acting, cringy, cheesy, and cliche. Great atmosphere though. But I want to talk about more about the atmosphere and the whole game, the world it created in the Journal Impact, which we're jumping into right now. Let's go. Yes, game over. Journal Impact. Not in that this category for this game will suck, and as you will get a lot of game overs in this game. Between if you don't get the puzzle on the very first try, you will die. Like 4 or 5 different puzzles in this game require that. If you don't get it right the first time, you're done. Zero chance. Restart. This game is very unforgiving in a good way, because it seems, you know, in games nowadays, you know, I remember in the older days where if you die, you have to go back quite a bit. Nowadays, there's checkpoints every like 5 minutes. But there's 2 things I want to talk about in this Journal Impact. Actually, count it back. 3 things I want to talk about. So, let's start with the bad. One of the dumbest things I've ever seen in any game ever was in this game so you start the new level, and you're underwater. And there's these like hot geysers coming up you have to avoid. And the guy's like, oh, these are really hot or whatever he said. So it's like, really? You can die from these? So I tested it and I died. That's not the dumb part. So I go back and I make it through, and then I get to the end. I click a button and it's like, there must be another button around here. So it literally took me an hour out of my 6 hours it took me to complete this game to figure out what to do. What you have to do is you have to find the geyser and kill yourself. Except it doesn't count as killing yourself. It counts as you teleporting to another dimension. I'm not making this up. First time you try it, you die. The second time you do it, you teleport to another dimension with the switch. I'm not lying. Second dumb thing. The ending to this game is horrible. So you go in and you end up getting to see this. You know, the 2 of the main characters pointing guns at each other, and you have to choose a side. Except you only get 5 seconds to choose, and if you don't choose right away, then everybody dies. Legit, not making this up. Now, the problem I had with this is that the ending I got, first of all, was I didn't choose anybody because I didn't know what I was choosing. It doesn't say who you're choosing. It doesn't tell you a time limit. You know, in Detroit Become Human, it has a time limit. In Life is Strange, there is no time limit. It doesn't say a time limit, and it actually tells you what you're choosing. In this one, you literally have on one screen on the left here, you have her pointing the gun, right, and a gun pointing at her. So if I choose the left side, am I choosing for the gun to shoot her? Because that's the perspective I'm on. Or am I choosing her? Like, it's so confusing. Luckily, you get to save, and then I just went back and did all 3 endings, which wasn't too bad. But yeah, the good thing about this game though is that it was overall fun. It was really fun, and if another Fear Effect came out, I would definitely buy that. And again, my most favorite thing you can do in the game is create a world that is believable, that you can I don't know, just believe in, I guess, you know. And that's a make or break. And even though this game has pretty bad Journal Impact, I think it'll run about even in the scoring, just because of how much the world makes sense in this game. I don't know, it's really hard to describe that certain aspect in games, but it's definitely there in this one. Yep, general impact 78 out of 100. Get used to it. Pros. There's a lot to talk about here. Memorable characters. Great world / atmosphere. Would get the next one. Really good fun. Cons, voice acting will stick because of how bad it was. Horrible way to end the game. And what was up with the stupid underwater level with the dumb geyser puzzle? There's no way that there's something that can kill you, which is like the way to beat the puzzle. Like, this is so dumb. It's like, don't touch this, but you can touch it the first time, but after that, it's the way to finish the puzzle, but we won't tell you that's the way to finish the puzzle. I don't know. 7.3 out of 10, as you can see in the background. Crisp, clear, clean, cut edit to the end. It's actually one of the higher games I rated this year, surprisingly, for only 7.3 out of 10, but yeah. Fear Effect Sedna. Will I play the next one? Of course. You know, Fear Effect was really sporadic in its storytelling. It just kind of threw random things into the plot. And to prove it, I will leave everyone with a clip, a little bonus clip as a reward, you know, for sticking into the review this long. The true loyal fans will get to see how I reacted when the two main characters randomly became lesbian for one moment.
Like weapons and clothes. Once I find something I like, I stick with it.
What? Thank you guys for watching and sticking in till the end. You guys are the MVP. Comment your thoughts down below. I actually really do want to hear the voice and opinion of the people. Subscribe for more content. There will always be more videos I'm putting out. I love making videos. Hopefully you'll be here for next time. Dark Views signing out. Peace.